Good afternoon, Professor Jones and classmates. My name is Dominique Barnes, and the title of my speech is The Martin Luther King Story. Today, I will inform you of the life of Dr. King and how he fought for civil rights and voting rights for our people. This topic is important because his doing led to segregation in many public places, and he is a role model in my eyes. My main point is to give historic facts about his life and his education and about his death. Dr. King explains his historic life according to Marshall Frady in his book Martin Luther King Jr. A Life. Martin Luther King Jr. was a minister of a Baptist church and also a social activist, whom was the leader of the civil rights movement between the 1950s and through 1968, which was the point that he was assassinated. Martin Luther King Jr. birthplace was Atlanta, Georgia. Being that he was a minister and a civil rights activist, he made a huge impact on race relations in the United States at the beginning of the 1950s. This doing led to the creation of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. To go along with all his achievements, Dr. King led the South Christian Leadership Conference. Through his inspirational and activism speeches, he played a very important role in ending segregation of African American citizens in the United States. Dr. King explains his opinion and his importance of education according to Martin Luther King Jr. In his article, he wrote The Purpose of Education. In 1948, Dr. King received his sociology degree from Morehouse College and also went to liberal school in Chester, Pennsylvania. He excelled in all his classes and did well enough to become a valedictorian in 1951, along with being selected student body president. He earned a fellowship for graduate study, but doing so, he was going against his dad by his continuous drinking and playing pool throughout his college journey. In his final year at Theological Seminary, he was brought under Morehouse President Benjamin E. Mays. This was the man that persuaded his spiritual development throughout his college journey. On April 4th, 1968, Dr. King gets assassinated. According to Jeff Wallenfeld in his article he wrote, The Assassination of Dr. King. In the year 1968, all of the confrontations that arose from began to weigh down on Dr. King. After going through so much trying to change the world, he got tired of being thrown in jail, marches, and even living under 24/7 death threats. He also slowly became discouraged by the slow rate of civil rights in America and in the continuous criticism that kept increasing from many African American leaders. On April 3rd, Dr. King gave what no one knew to be his last speech. He told supporters that attended the Mason Temple that he seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight, we as a people will get to the promised land. In conclusion, Dr. King's life made a huge impact on race relations in the United States. A couple years after he passed away, he became one of the most known African American leaders in the world. His lifelong hard work has been honored for many years as a national holiday. He also has schools and public buildings named after him. Over many years, studies have led to a more comprehensive assessment about his life, stating that he's a complex figure. Thank you.